Now, is there anything worse than being in pain, knowing you need an operation and hearing that you are another number on an ever-growing waiting list? Well, that is the case for quite a few people, sadly, in our healthcare these days. But luckily, help is at hand because more and more people are availing of the EU cross-border healthcare directive, which allows people here in Ireland to access treatment in another EU country with the cost of the treatment then reimbursed by the HSE. And if you're wondering about all the ins and outs of it and how it works and might it work for you and is it complicated? Well, I'm delighted to say we have somebody who's been through the whole process and come out the other end very successfully indeed. Her name is Margaret Mangan. She's from Killorglin and she's on the phone now. Good afternoon, Margaret.
Good afternoon, Deirdre. How are you?
I'm great. And listen, the most important question of all is, how's the new knee?
Oh my God, I tell you something. I walked the inch last Sunday on the beautiful Sunday day that we had, and I didn't think that I'd ever do it again.
Ah,
And
fantastic.
I am full back on my full swing with my new Spanish knee, I call it.
You'll have to give it a name now, like Pedro or something like that.
No, I think I'm going to call it Carlos after my surgeon.
Carlos. Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Well, listen, take us back to the very beginning, Margaret, and when your knee started giving you trouble and when you found out you'd need a replacement.
Well, I'll tell you now, I was suffering for years, but then it really got bad 5 years ago, and I went through all the process, MRI, went through the injections, then I had a problem with the HSE in the bonds, but we won't go into that. But then outside of all that, I was told my back was giving up because I was compromising, because I live in a hill, I live in Sun Hill, and I wasn't able to walk down the hill was the worst part of it, and I was really saying there's something wrong with me. So I was going to Dr. Carmody in Killaloe, who was treating me for my back, and he said to me, Margaret, I really feel sorry for you because your knee is going to give up, and if your knee gives up, you're going to have a problem with your hip. So he found out that there was a healthcare abroad system in Spain, and he said to me, would you like to go to Spain? Would you go to Spain? He said. I'd go to the moon, I said, to get rid of this, I said, because I'm in an awful state. So I did. He did all the work for me, and he gave me a number. He phoned Paul O'Byrne, and Paul O'Byrne phoned me the following day. And it was the 18th of November. I'll never forget it. And he said to me, we only have one problem, he said, is to give you, he said, flights, because it's November. So it'll be Thursday or Tuesday.
Okay.
Just book me any day you want to. So I headed off on the 18th to Spain on November. I was operated on the 20th and I came home on the 29th. Now, the recovery, I will not say to people that it's slow, but if you do the exercise and you do the physio, but the most important thing that I got in Spain was the physio for 5 days, 45 minutes every day. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was tough. No, I will tell people it's not easy. The pain will kick in, but I'm as I said, I walk Inch Beach, my favorite beach, and I'm back to myself.
And Margaret, would you always have been an active person?
Oh, I was always active. Always. I walked to work every day, up and down the hill, up and down. I was always an active person. And this held me back. I actually missed out on an awful lot of things in my life, especially 2 funerals, my brother-in-law and my aunt in England that I couldn't go to, which was very thing because I wasn't able.
Yeah.
Even though you get the wheelchair assistance, but you have to be minding people afterwards. I wasn't able to walk.
And how long would you have to been waiting, Margaret, to get that operation done here?
I was waiting for 5.5 years. And then when things went wrong in the bonds with me because Dr. Abbas left, and then I would have been waiting for another. I probably would be still probably waiting for another 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
And now I'm back, 7 months back, and I'm walking Inch Beach.
Fantastic. And do you mind if I ask you how old you are, or even a rough idea?
70. I'm
70.
I was 69 when I got it done. I'm 70 years of age.
Yeah, and a whole new lease of life.
Whole new lease of life. I don't think I'm 70 at all anyway, but sure, that's outside the point.
You're as old as you feel, they say, Margaret. Absolutely.
Exactly.
And listen, was there a lot of red tape, a lot of form filling involved?
Oh, there was. Now, I will tell you. Do you know that I will say something to the credit union because we take out this loan because I'm not in the VHI. I'm just a pensioner. And that's another story for you to tell some other day. But anyway, the credit union was very good. The healthcare abroad will organise with the credit union to take out a loan, and then they'll pay the loan, and you pay off the loan. You pay off the interest, but the interest comes back to you at the end of the day eventually.
Okay, and the HSE, does the HSE pay off the credit union then?
Exactly. And it's 14,570. I'll never forget the words. I'll never forget that number. 14,570 euro that my knee costed. Through physio every 45 minutes for 5 days while we were over there. But the most important thing, Deirdre, I want to say to you, when people get their knee done, the most important thing is the care afterwards, is the physio. The surgeon can do what he has. I have one metal and I have 2 plastics. So the most important thing, though, is the physio, and I still do the physio to this day. So if anyone is getting it done, make sure that the physio is the most important thing. And the healthcare abroad gave us that physio. I went over on my own, and I met beautiful people, and they looked after me like as if, oh my God, I just can't describe it. It was just amazing. They looked after me, and then my daughter Grace came over to me, which I'm very thankful to her, and to bring me home. And I had no problem coming back in the plane. Really, I didn't. I took my painkillers. Now, it is painful, but it's worth it at the end of the day. If anyone is suffering,
don't suffer in silence. And you know, Margaret, I say a lot of people listening are kind of thinking, oh, well, you know, I don't want to take out a loan, but you do get the money back from the HSE.
You do. You get it all back. You get it all back at the end of the day. You get it all back.
Yeah.
And it's only 65 euro I paid a week, but it was well worth it. It was. I wouldn't be in a position to pay out 14,000 euro over to Spain, but the credit union helped me. And you pay back 65, and then you get it all back at the end of the day.
Yeah, and what about the cost of the flights? Euro. The cost of the flights and all that, is that covered by the HSE?
Oh, yes, the flights now, you have to pay for your flights and you pay for your hotel. But they do accommodate you in a perfect hotel, and they pick you up and they give you the special rates in the hotel as well. And sure, my daughter wasn't even charged when she came over. They looked after us. Like when I had my crutches, when I went over first, I was only limping, and then when I had my operation, there was assistant. When I went down for breakfast, they were there, and they said, "What would you like?" And I said, "Oh, you know, I like a yogurt, I like a tea, I'd like a banana," and they looked after us like I tell you the truth, I thought I was like a queen.
Yeah. But you are a queen, Margaret. You are a queen. But listen, I'd say there's a lot of people, men and women, you know, maybe around your age or younger, in fact, who need a knee replacement or maybe a hip replacement or something else like that. And they're kind of thinking, oh, I don't know now, would I go to the trouble of going abroad for it? It is worth it. I think that's your message, isn't it?
It's worth it, and I know people. I know I can travel myself on my own anywhere. I'm just independent person. But when I said to my daughter I'm going on my own, she goes, "Oh, Mama, you're going to surgery on your own?" I said, "What about it?" I said, "But my doctor, Pastor Carmody, looked after me so well, and he did all the research, and I knew I was well, and I knew I was going to be looked after." And when I got to Cork, and Toby met me, and he was from the healthcare abroad, I knew I was in the right place.
Yeah, that's
Everything
great.
was looked after, in the wheelchair, bags. I didn't have to even get up for a glass of water. They brought it over to me.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm so delighted it worked out for you. And there's lots of adventures ahead now. There'll be no stopping you with the new knee, it sounds like.
No stopping me at all. But I tell you, Deirdre, can I just thank my daughter Grace and
Sure.
my partner Tig for looking after me, and my daughter is Celine and Jane in Australia. They phone me through recovery. Now, I will say to you, for anyone, it's not just do the recovery afterwards and do the physio, and you will come back like I did. It will be worth it.
Yeah.
It will be worth it. And Healthcare Abroad, I swear to God, no word of a lie, they're amazing. I couldn't praise them enough for what they did for me, giving me back my life.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Margaret, it's been so lovely talking to you. Such a positive story. And thank you so much for joining us. And we wish you loads of healthy walks on the beach in Inch in the years ahead.
Thank you, Deirdre. God bless.
Take care. Bye-bye. That's Margaret Mangan there from Killorglin talking to us about her experience of availing of the EU Cross-Border Healthcare Directive. It's open to everyone. If you're on a waiting list here and you're in a lot of pain and you need an operation like the one Margaret underwent, it might be worth exploring that. You will get your money back, and it'll be done very fast, and you could be over there and back before you know it. Healthcare Abroad is the name of the company that Margaret used if you want to check them out. And as I said, the EU Cross-Border Healthcare Directive is the scheme that allows people access treatment in another EU country with the cost eventually being reimbursed by the HSE. So something to think about for anyone suffering out there. Don't suffer needlessly when you can avail of something like this. Now, if there's anybody else who had a similar experience and wants to share their story with us, 083 300 3300. We'll take a short break, folks, and we've loads to talk about when we come back, including the rising trend of what you might call Nepo babies who are not taking their father